Yeah, welcome to the Embarrassing Our Wives podcast. My name's Andrew. I'm here with my co-host, John. How's it going, man?
Great, man. How are you doing?
Fucking so good. Loving this.
Wow.
You know?
Really good.
Yeah, it's
good
just
for you.
A gloomy day in spring, but you know what? It's awesome to be here. Just so pleased to have this opportunity. Thank you all for being here. We're super excited to share episode 8 of the Embarrassing Our Wives podcast. Did I get that right?
You did.
Nice.
You can count to 8.
Yes, that's good.
We heard you count to 5 in Spanish for Cinco de Mayo. Can you get to 8 in Spanish? No.
Ocho, I know that, but I don't know.
You got
in between.
it.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah, and just want to say, wherever you're listening to this, please subscribe. Please leave a rating, a review. At this point, you can refer to any friend or colleague or coworker that you can think of that I think would enjoy this. And I'd just like to plug our email address, TEOWpodcast@gmail.com. Please send us a question, comment, concern. I will promise any email sent to us, I will read on air. How about that, dude? Right
Perfect.
there. Yeah. So
I'm going to send in an email.
TEOWpodcast@gmail.com. So perfect, dude. So happy to be here. I'll tell you what I've been thinking a lot about. The T Swift concert, man. How'd that go?
I'm glad you've been thinking about it, dude. I really
awesome.
missed you there. I wish you could have rolled out, but
I wish I was there.
that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, the show was really good.
She brought it.
She brought it.
She brought that shit.
Bro, she didn't hold back. Like, she knew Seattle. You know, she's a big fan of Seattle. She even said, like, hey, Seattle, you know, so she really cares about Seattle, right?
I'm smoking a huge Jimmy Seattle. So happy to be here.
Probably not. But yeah, so it started off, so there were supposed to be 6 of us going, ended up only being 4 of us. Myself, Webmaster Dan, and his 2 cousins, one of which who I've referred to as the scientist in a previous podcast.
Oh, yep.
She was there, and her sister.
Okay.
So
The sister is a bus girl?
I couldn't even tell you, dude. I forget. She told me what she did, but now I can't
probably
remember.
Something awesome.
She's in like marketing or something.
Okay, cool.
So the scientist and the marketer.
Scientist, marketer.
She's probably not even in marketing.
Dan, and co-host John. Perfect.
I'm pretty sure none of that describes any of us, so that's perfect. So us 4 went. We were supposed to have 2 more people. Didn't happen, so we had 2 extra tickets. Tried to give them away on Facebook to people. No one was biting.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Who wants to see T?
Yeah. I figured it would just be a list of people like, do you still have those tickets?
Yeah.
Do you still? No, we don't, you know, sorry. But no, that didn't happen. So last minute, these are friends and family tickets, so I don't want to sell them because we kind of got a hookup on it, even though they're still like $220 a ticket. So I read on the back of the ticket or on my Ticketmaster app on the terms and conditions says it's cool if you sell these. No more than face value.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, cool. This is the first time I'm going to abide by that rule because it was a hookup. You know, if it was just I bought these tickets, then I would just sell them for whatever. So we sold them for face value. Webmaster Dan threw them on Craigslist. Got this weird guy emailing him for these tickets, right?
Yep.
And I'm always like that creepy guy, so when they send an email like, are these tickets still available? Like, I look up their name, I find their LinkedIn, I see where they work, you know, all that stuff. So this guy worked for Disney. He was like a assistant director of sales for Disney. You know, I'm a big Disney fan, so this was like a love connection.
You know, I'm a big salesperson fan, so it's good.
yeah, exactly. Junior salesperson.
JSPs.
This guy's a senior, so you wouldn't get along with him at all. So this guy calls me after working through Webmaster Dan and then calling me. He's like, hey, when's the latest you can meet up? And I said 3:30 is the absolute latest, man. I'm trying to meet Webmaster Dan at 4 o'clock at his house and the scientist, and we were gonna Uber in. So 3:30, he wants to meet at Target, which is right down the street, less than a mile from my house. Perfect.
Target,
if you will, possible future sponsor. And I get there at 3:25. I don't know what I was thinking someone on Craigslist was going to be there on time, even though I told him 3:30 was the latest I could possibly meet up. 3:29, I get a phone call from this guy. Hey, sorry, man, I'm at the bank right now. It just took way longer at the bank, which is like a weird thing to say. I'm at the bank now, and it took way longer at the bank. Like, shouldn't you be leaving the bank? Like, that already doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes at 3:40 at the latest. I already told him 3:30 is the latest I can meet up, so I'm already running late. So this guy rolls up, 7 Series Beamer, like he's got some dough, right?
Big pimpin'.
He gets out, yeah. He's got like really nice designer jeans on, really sharp looking shoes, and then a Mickey Mouse T-shirt on.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, he's taking advantage of the dress down code at Disney. And he rolls up. And he's on the phone. This guy rolls up at 3:44, so he's 14 minutes late, and he's on the phone complaining to the bank that he had got this check in the mail, and he wanted to know who sent it, and basically it was a scam. But this idiot like had to call the bank. Like, you just rip it up if you get some bullshit check in the mail.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there while this guy's having a conversation. He's 14 minutes late. So finally he hangs up. He's like, yeah, sorry about that. You know, the main reason I want to buy these tickets is because you seem cool and Dan seemed really cool. I'm just like, we seem cool. Like, you communicated to us on via email. Like, what do you mean we sound cool? We're just selling you tickets. So I'm like, all right, let me transfer these over. And he wouldn't give me the cash until I transfer it over. Like, I was about to fucking run away. I'm a 40-year-old white guy at Target. You know, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I transfer him the tickets. And then he's trying to log into his Ticketmaster account. Can't remember the password.
Of
It's like,
course not.
yeah, it's like 350, 355 now. He keeps trying to log in. I'm like, this fucker's going to lock himself out.
Yeah.
Then what do you want me to do? Stick around
So
another
many
10
tries,
minutes?
Yeah.
So
I gotta get to T. Come on, bro.
T's been in town for like 4 hours, and
I gotta be 0.15 before T goes on. Like, I gotta go.
Exactly. 0.16, dude. Double is perfect. So thank God he didn't lock himself out. He remembered what his password was. And kind of a side story, like there's this exclusive club at Disneyland called Club 33 that's incredibly hard to get into.
Yep.
One of the most exclusive clubs in the world, just incredibly difficult. So I'm like, I'm going to ask this guy about it. You know, see if he has some type of in. I would pay good money to go to this club for one day just to check it out, because it's where like Walt Disney used to take VIPs to get away from all the crowd. So it's
where Minnie Mouse takes Molly.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting down.
You can get Molly,
What's
crank,
up?
whatever, whatever you want, man. It's a drug
Mickey
frenzy.
Mouse in a menage.
Yep. So, anyways, he fell flat there. Didn't even you know, it was a bad attempt at a hookup. But I figure we were spending so much time there. But finally, he gets the tickets. He's still just chatting. He's like, man, I can't wait to go there. My daughter's going there. And these tickets are way better than hers. I can't wait to show her that I have better tickets than her. I was like, dude, give her the better tickets, you fucking dick. Like, what do you mean you can't wait to show her? Like, that's so stupid to me.
Yeah.
Who would wanna brag to their kid about where they're sitting? So anyways, he finally gets his tickets. He goes a separate way. And meet up with Webmaster Dan, scientist. We Uber in. We go to a couple bars around the stadium, and it's just moms everywhere, right? And the bars turning it up, you know, getting bent up. Yeah. And the police presence was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like all these police cars blocking roads, SUVs blocking roads, which makes me feel safe, but it's also a sad reminder of, you know, the kind of world we live in today, where we have to worry about dipshits who can save up $40 to rent a van and then smash through people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just ridiculous. But I feel good about it. They had bomb sniffing dogs everywhere. It was I felt very safe, so it was really good.
None of you mom bitches are blowing this up tonight. What's up?
Yeah, you gotta
Ain't no
watch out
teen
for
or no
them.
mom.
Exactly. So we are sitting in the first elevated seat off the floor, right? So it's front row, but it's still like probably 100 feet away from the stage. You know, it's not perfect. But we're right by the entrance and exit for VIPs and people who have backstage passes. So the scientist and her sister are like noticing all these people, like celebrities, like, oh, there goes Joe. And I'm like, who the fuck is Joe? She's like, that's his boyfriend. That's Taylor's boyfriend. I'm like, who gives a shit? You know, it's Joe. But they were having a ball with it. But the most irritating thing that I saw was Taylor Swift's mom. So what she does every show is she goes out and picks 40 girls or whoever, 40 fans, and brings them backstage for every show. So you basically have a 40 in 50,000 shot at meeting Taylor Swift. but she's just like walking around, and there's a group of like 12-year-olds all surrounding her, telling her how beautiful she is, telling her how amazing she is as a mom, and she's just like brushing her hair back and just like it's the most narcissistic thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like you may not have any talent at all, but you're walking around like, you know, you're running the show. Like it was so gross, man. But yeah,
celebrity parents.
Yeah. She spoiler alert, she did not pick Webmaster Dan and I to go back there. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like there's some racism because I was with an Asian guy.
Yeah.
But,
no,
I don't
it's
know.
sexism, dude. You're in. You're the same as fucking these 12-year-olds. You know all her songs.
I'm more of a...
You're inspired by T.
1989 album fan more than any of our previous stuff. But yeah, so that was just very offsetting, very gross that she's walking around. She does it for every show. Apparently she has her own jet too that Taylor bought for her. So she's just like, it was just not pretty. So Taylor Swift has like this massive production, right? Like she's got like gigantic snakes like fucking moving around. She's got like this crazy snake microphone, which I think would be great if we changed these up and got snake microphones.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
Does this seem like a biting penis? Like, rawr!
Yeah, it's ready to bite you in the face. But yeah, it's like such
helmet bite. Yikes!
Don't get your dick close to the mic, dude. This guy's talking about humping the mic already.
No, I'm talking about a snake shaped like a penis and the helmet biting at me.
Perfect.
Yikes!
Perfect. Giving me a boner over here. But yeah, she's like the production was unreal. Like I've seen shows in London, New York. I've never seen a production like this.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard
10 stories of huge screens, and it was just nuts. But anyways, nothing crazy happened during the show. Like everyone's got their bracelets, and it looks really cool because they're all color coordinated based on the beat or based on the song that she's playing. So it's good. That's where part of our $200 went.
Haters gonna hate.
Get
You guys
it,
are
bro.
all going
Get
like,
it.
yeah.
Fist pumping as hard as we can, dude.
Yeah.
Almost threw on my back. And then, so the show's over. We're checking out Uber, and it's like $120 to go 15 minutes. So I was like,
Surge,
yeah, super surge. I don't know what that is, like 5X or
times,
something.
yeah.
Something stupid. So we're like, well, let's just go to a bar. Granted, this is a school night. Like we all work the next day.
Yeah.
Which I ended up taking the day off, but they had to work the next day.
Yeah, you sounded a little rough.
That was rough, bro. So we went to this bar, had a couple nightcaps, and they had pizza on the menu. We ordered a couple pizzas from the bartender. Bartender basically goes, all right, so a pepperoni. She reaches down, opens up a frozen box pizza, and puts it in the oven right behind the bar. So it was very, very high quality stuff.
Good.
So an hour later, we were able to get an Uber home for $50. But when you calculate what we spent at the bar,
oh yeah, it's
all of a sudden it was like we spent $30 more,
but
to
you're
stay.
drunker and full.
Yeah, exactly. So we took the Uber home back to Webmaster Dan's. Then I took the Uber home from there, and the Uber driver was like, "Man, it's great dealing with people who aren't super drunk. Like I'm tired of just people getting super drunk." And I'm just like, oh fuck, I gotta start talking slower, and more articulate. But I don't know. He thought we weren't too bad, so that's good.
Fuck drunk people.
I fucking hate those guys.
Taylor Swift till I die.
So then I got home, and I kind of quietly go into the bedroom. I was kiss my wife goodnight on the lips, so I walk over to her side of the bed. I'm
on the lips?
Yeah, specifically. So I go down, and I think I'm kissing her on the lips. I kissed her on the nose once, and then I kissed her on the forehead, and then I said goodnight. I just gave up and walked away.
Nice.
So it's one of the only nights where I didn't kiss her goodnight, but she understood what kind of shape I was in.
Did you French kiss her nose?
Yeah, I think I got a little booger on my tongue,
Nice.
but it was good. So yeah, the show was good. I wish I would have seen her on the last tour with her previous album.
Wait, did you get a video? I asked you to take a video.
So the video's so bad. So I have some good pictures.
All right.
But the audio
on the website, TEOW podcast.com. TEOW.com.
There we go. I'll definitely have at least some pictures.
Good.
I'm gonna play you the video, but I'm screaming the song so loud that it's actually causing my cell phone to just like fuck up
All right.
the audio. But I'll definitely play it for you. It's not attractive.
Right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's looking clean as shit in this place. What's up, man?
Well, yeah, we had a little event over here with some of Sarah's coworkers on our leadership team, and so I don't know how you get, but when you're having like 5 people over, you probably clean up like crazy, right? Like it's
We don't have 5 people over often, but yes, I would imagine we clean like crazy. Yes.
Well, I'd like to turn this into a little game where I'm gonna say something I cleaned, and I want to hear the last time you cleaned.
Me personally, or my
Yes.
cleaners?
You have cleaners?
Yeah,
What? How often do they come?
bro.
And is her name Karen?
No. No.
How often do the cleaners come over?
Leo and Lorraine?
This guy's rich.
No, I wouldn't say that. Periodically.
Periodically, like twice a month, or
Well,
more or less than twice a month?
What? Less, once a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
once
they
every
come
4 weeks.
in, do a deep clean for a few hours or something.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Look
bro.
at you. So this bit's probably gonna be terrible
All right,
because I'm
let's do
about
it.
to ask you,
Okay.
and you're gonna say no, Lorenzo.
1 month. 1 month.
I just did that this morning,
Let's go.
motherfucker. All right, so these are all things that I did before the party because people really noticed this
Yes,
stuff, right?
okay,
So
this is-
I'm excited to hear what
All right.
the last time you've done this. So I wrote down a few things here.
Okay.
So one is trim. So all the trim around the house, right? When's the last time you cleaned it all up with a vacuum and then touched it up with paint?
Not once.
Once
Never
in your life.
once. Never once.
All right.
Next question.
All right.
Next
Next
question.
question. I feel like I'm going to notice a trend here. Or when's the last time Leo did that? Who? What are your cleaners' names?
Leo and Lorraine.
Leo and Lorraine.
Yeah.
All right. I'm never going to remember their names. All right. So when's the last time? Because this is what people care about. You cleaned the inside and outside of all the windows on your house.
Never once.
Never once.
Not in this house.
Oh,
we
man.
cleaned the inside of our windows. The Leo and
Yearly?
Lorraine knocked that shit out. The insides, outsides, no.
Never.
But we pay other people to do that. I think.
All right.
Our skylights and shit.
I like
But
how you said I think.
I got
But-
windows I can't reach.
Yeah.
Insides.
So do
often.
I. I'm out there with the fucking ladder or
Oh,
a
yeah.
harness, like trying to
Never.
clean them down. All right, never. We're 0 for 2. All right, let's move on to the next one here. So when's the last time? Well, actually, this probably doesn't really work for you because you just got new appliances in the last like year. But when's the last time you cleaned all your appliances and then sprayed it down with a nice coconut oil rub to make them look really shiny?
Never. Never once.
No kidding.
No.
Never. Oh,
That's
man.
never happened. We may probably never do that with these new appliances. Maybe once when we move out. So,
You'll have to
yeah.
eventually.
Yeah,
like-
we've cleaned the inside out of our appliances before, but never coconut oil on the outside.
and your appliances are pretty new.
They're
so
pretty
gonna
new.
Be,
My little fantastic kids.
They never have dirty
I was gonna
hands.
say fantastic kids scraped magnet scratches on there, and we got them
Oh,
off the. So hopefully, coconut oil will help with that.
I've got a spray. I'm going to
Good.
show you.
I'm
You got to
excited.
buy it. It's $15 and it's money.
Okay.
Use it sparingly. Like don't use much, otherwise it gets all fucked up. But your kids, like their little clammy hands are probably touching
Yeah.
that fridge all over the place.
Oh yeah,
You should probably have
I
Leo
polished it a little bit. Yeah.
and Lorraine hit that up
Yeah.
as soon as possible. All right, so I got a couple more. When's the last time you cleaned like all the trim above all your doorways and windows? You know, like the dust that kind of collects on top of it.
Oh yeah. Never, ever.
No
and
shit.
then I'd noticed that Leo and Lorraine aren't hitting that shit too well either.
Probably not.
Yeah, we got some cobwebs we need to. Yeah, so no, that doesn't happen.
All right.
Oh wait, sorry. Is this the embarrassing our wives portion of the?
No.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing Leo, dude. He's got to pick up his game. All right, and the last one, like, when's the last time, like, you kind of reorganized your firewood stack so all the wood was kind of all perfectly, parallel to the ground
Oh, this morning.
or perpendicular? You did.
I'm just kidding.
No kidding.
The only firewood I have right now are the couple pieces of cedar that you left at our house. Never cedar.
I'm not burning cedar, bro.
Cherry.
Probably maple.
Okay, maple.
But I like
You
cherry.
had some nice pieces there. So
All right.
nice. Yeah,
So-
sorry. So we live in a dirty house. No, just kidding.
Oh, it sounds like other people are doing some of the work, and it also sounds like the things that I did. No one's gonna fucking notice. Why
they're
even
in
do
a,
it?
yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
good.
Well, those were the main ones. I knew it was gonna be a good interview here.
All right.
But-
So I think next we're going to go back to this bit where we kind of recount the days where we grew up. I forgot the official name, Blast from the Past, or
Yeah.
Tales from the non-glory days, the
Yeah.
wannabe days. So yeah, I think I'm starting off, right?
You are. Yep. You ready to cut to some music here?
Let me see. Just yeah, I think we are. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I'm a straight ride.
What song
You
is
don't
this?
want to fuck with me.
Got the police busting at me.
Pour in a apartment. Yeah. So this story right here. Love this song, baby.
So is this the type of music you
this
listen
would
to?
so this would have been like the time is like 94, 95. I like to set the scene with a ride. I didn't have a ride at this time. I was rocking my dad's Chevy Cavalier. I was probably riding in Sean Z's 91 Jetta.
Nice. dude.
Justin M's mom's Corolla. I don't know what's going on,
Wow.
but it's 94, and so this isn't like a gangster story. Like none of the stories are too gangster, but what I will tell you is, there was a little kid in my neighborhood who had a little bit of a rough background, different than mine, more rough, I'd say. Dad's still currently in a rough situation, and I was in 10th grade. He was in probably 8th grade or 7th or 8th or 9th grade, somewhere around there. And I had just, he wanted some weed and he wanted some marijuana seeds to grow some weed.
Oh, great.
And he wanted a utensil to do it all with. So I was happy to go pick him some white pages that I chewed up to sell him for the fake weed. I get some sesame seeds
Oh my
for the weed
God.
seeds. And I sold him a real bong. I sold him an $11 bong for
Well,
like
you
45 bucks.
You can't fake a bong, so
So it's, summer, 10th grade going into 11th grade. I had just ripped this kid off. He takes it home to his cocaine addicted father, who's like a landscaper. He knows what's going on.
who's making six figures now? Landscaping.
Maybe, yeah. And he's not fucking around. So he just marches over to my house, to my dad's house, knocks on the door, and is like, yeah, so your son just sold my son some sesame seeds, a $10 bong for $30, and chewed up white page sheets for for $40, and you owe me $110, and I'm gonna beat you up because I'm a poor fucking crackhead
No
if you don't
way.
pay me back. And so my dad politely writes him a check. He's so fucking pissed off. He can't even punish me at that point. He's just, I'm in 10th grade. He's mid 40s. This just happened. He gets threatened by a poor person. That's like, doesn't give a fuck. He's like, my kid's going to be a crackhead like me. You're not fucking ripping us off for $50. We go out to dinner. I get grounded. It's the first day of summer. It's the 3rd of July. 4th of July has been a horrible, horrible day for me over the years. I always overindulge. I'll share more stories as we go on. 3rd of July, get busted. My dad says you're grounded for the rest of the summer. So my sophomore year summer, going to my junior year, I'm grounded. I have to be home every day at 6 p.m. So that happens. I'm busted. We go out. Next day, I get a random call on my phone. Hey, is this Andy? What's up? Yeah, it's Andy. What's up? Yeah, dude, you don't know me, but I got your name from someone. I want to buy a quarter of some weed, man. Can you hook me up?
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me go get a quarter of weed to hook you up. So I call a couple of kids older than me. They pick me up. They're fronting me a quarter of weed. I'm going down to sell it to this guy at the 124th Quickie Mart or whatever the fuck it's called. It's down there, where 132nd and 100th. And I get there. And I get around the corner. I don't know this guy. I don't know why I thought it'd be okay to go selling weed. I get there, and he fucking starts choking me out and says, "Don't ever try to sell my little cousin fake weed again." Socks me in the face, takes my quarter. So that happened. I don't do shit. I'm not. He's fucking years older than me. Walk back to the couple-year-old people who gave me the quarter, said I just got jacked. They act like it's gonna go down, like they're hard. They're not hard.
Yeah.
They go back to their house. I go home. I'm now in trouble with people older than me, in trouble with my dad. And sure as shit, motherfucker jacked me for a quarter, whose parents don't love him. Called my house.
Oh my God.
Got my dad on the phone.
Oh my
and said,
God.
"Hey, yeah, your son just tried to sell me some marijuana." And I socked him in the face like his little bitch and stole it from him.
What's with people calling your dad, dude?
This is, it's the cousin of the kid I jacked, who's the nephew of the kid's dad's, who came to my house to punk on me. So non-gangster story, blast from the past.
Seems pretty gangster, man. You could have made that gangster if you would have fought back.
Yeah.
you
Oh, well,
know?
I will say that I saw the kid like 3 years later when I was a little bit more confident in myself. His name's Eric. Man, I punked that little bitch in front of his friends. I was like 19. He was 16. I made him cry.
No
I made him
way.
kiss my fucking foot.
No.
No,
See,
I'm scared
that's
as shit,
gangster,
though.
bro.
Well, now he's 34. He's probably addicted to crack. Like the most horrifying thing in the world would ever.
He's way scarier than you
ever
are.
see him.
Oh no. He's
so
gonna
that's
make
my-
you fucking kiss a lot more than his shoe.
Yeah, so that's my non-gangster blast from the past right there, man. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Nice. Well, that's a good one. I don't even know what to say. That's such a great story, dude.
I got like 2 other points
That's
of
a
that.
bad 2 days in
Oh,
a row
man.
there. But I
So-
like how you weren't even phased by the first day.
So-
you went to go sell another
Oh, yeah,
80
it's so
bucks
stupid.
and-
Oh, I don't know you. Well, I'll tell you in between. Prior to the phone call, I'm in a pickup truck with this dude named Salty, who was this ADHD motherfucking redhead that was a year older than everyone. And I'm in the back of the pickup truck, and he starts driving. Before I sit down, I flip out and roll my ankle. So I'm limping to the drug sale where I get socked in the face, jacked,
Oh my
deal
god.
with people older than me, get home, and he calls my dad to tell on me.
People, they just thought you were extra gangster with that limp, dude. Little did they know that was an actual limp.
Yeah.
There was an actual problem with your foot.
I survived.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I hope you get on that show, I Survived. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
ever
I've
seen
endured,
that.
yeah,
but yeah, that'll be a good one. Got choked out by some 21-year-olds who,
I deserved it.
to be fair, they had a great sesame plant like
Yeah.
6 months
Hey,
later.
you never know.
I don't even know how sesame seeds grow or what a sesame seed
I took
plant
it
or
off a
tree
hamburger
is, but-
bun, so it didn't do shit.
This guy got a Big Mac and then went and sold it. Made his money back. What'd you sell the seeds for? What are seeds going for back in the day?
I don't remember. I jacked this motherfucker bad, and his dad wasn't taking it. And
How
his
did he
dad
know
sent
they were
his
sesame
nephew-
seeds? He probably ate them, huh?
Well, dude, they don't look anything like weed seeds. If you've been doing crack your whole life and you're a little kid who's destined to do crack,
You're a professional.
brings you home some shit. Yeah, he's not fucking with that.
That's
so.
a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, part of my song kind of leaked into yours at the end there. Hopefully, so slight technical difficulties, but please bear with us as we improve this podcast. But now it's time to share a blast from the past from me. So this song here, this is a super long intro. So I'll just kind of talk through it. But this is yeah, you're really
This
gonna
one got
love
the
this
girls
one.
hot, huh?
Dude, they'd get all riled up, and as you would say, break their neck and their fucking their head back and forth. So this is Korn. This is a song called "Blind." Used to just rock out to this and party hard to it. You know, when you really want to get going.
Drinking Budweisers.
But no, back then it was Bud Ice, dude. You used to drink a lot of Bud Ice,
Like 6.7 or some shit. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think it was that, but yeah, it was like 5.5 or something. But here we go. It's about to pick up.
Touch my booby. Let's
No.
French kiss.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? All right, so clearly Andy has a different idea of what rockers do, but all right, so this song really doesn't really pertain to the story, other than this would be a song that I would listen to on my way to work. But I used to work at a pizza restaurant in Redmond, which was like 2 miles away from my house. And I would always ride my bike down there, or dare I say, rollerblade down there.
Hell, challenge.
Yeah, with a backpack, with shoes and my pizza shirt on. But one day, so I worked there with all my buddies, like 10 of my buddies, Sean, Tom G, Dave G, like literally 10 of us worked there. So it was just like a party all the time. We just hung out there, hung out with, our 25-year-old manager that sold weed on the side, and just,
Nice.
he was exactly as you would expect a 25-year-old who was managing a pizza restaurant would
Yes.
be. So
Cool and smart.
yeah, really
Responsible.
smart, definitely not a dropout.
Yeah.
Maybe a college grad, killing it in life. So one day we were out back, and I couldn't even tell you all the people who were doing this, but it was at least a few of us. We were taking like dough balls, pizza dough, rolling it into balls, and throwing it as high as we could onto the roof. For no reason,
Yeah.
just because it's fun, right? Because we're stupid and we're 15 years old, just fucking off. And I started working there at $4.90 an hour right when I turned 15. Yeah, and that was minimum wage. And then I was killing it when minimum wage went up to $5.15, dude. Boom.
Yeah. No, it coincides because I'm a little older than you. I made $4.90 at Mickey D's, dude, and when I was 14 and a half. So it's totally...
Wow. You wait, 14 and a half?
So it's not right. No,
Something
that's
doesn't
just my
make,
math. All right, go
doesn't
on.
make sense,
Yeah.
but either way.
Yeah.
So we were there throwing these dough balls on the roof, laughing, like who can throw it the highest, just fucking giggling. We go inside, and all of a sudden this lady walks in the front door with a dough ball in her hand. And we're like, oh my God, don't even look up. Like, just look down and just make pizzas. And she comes in, and she's talking to our 25-year-old manager. She's like, this just hit my windshield. And the guy was like, how do you know that came from us? And she was just like freaking out, like, where else could this have come from? Obviously it came from you guys. But he just kept denying it and kept saying, like, that could have come from anywhere, ma'am. That wasn't from us. So we were just like freaking out, staying there, being quiet, but it was just a blast from the past story.
Oh,
where-
nice.
Yeah, no hitter at the end.
I was waiting for her to be like,
No, she
it like flew up my butt and I got constipated and I had to...
no, thankfully, no constipation, no Pepto-Bismol needed. But yeah, so just a quick story of back in the day, stupid shit we used to do for no reason.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and hear a little message from a non-sponsor and then come back and wrap this up with some TEOW stories.
Sounds good, man. This podcast could have been brought to you by Sony Professional Headphones. These are professional because they're not offered to the general public. They're only offered to people with Amazon.com accounts, eBay accounts, Craigslist accounts, basically any online retailer account. Only professionals wear them. They say professional on the side. If you're sitting next to someone on the bus, it tells them that you're a professional. And second of all, they can hear everything that you're listening to because it blasts out the side of the headphones.
Don't hate. You love them.
Sony Professional Headphones. Sponsor us.
Awesome. Thank you so much from that potential sponsor there. Before we move into embarrassing our wives stories, I thought I'd just go over a few random thoughts that have happened over the last couple weeks.
Nice.
Maybe not full segments, but just little things that had happened I want to review.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So the most recent one happened yesterday. So I'm just at the park with my two boys and my oldest son's good friend and its dad and its little sister.
Nice.
And it's a good time and the kids are playing and me and the dad are talking. We hit it off. He's one of my favorite dads to hang out with. You got to be.
Is he a pod listener?
I haven't brought it up to him. I think he'd judge it, but I probably will put it on there. Yeah, I need to.
All right.
I need to invite him. Yeah,
All
he
right.
needs to be a pod listener, but.
He's not going to be your friend after he hears the pod.
No, I always say positive things, It's all good.
It's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. It's someone I strive to be like a little bit. He's got some things that I want,
So he's a dick.
I don't know about all that. But no, so we're there. We're just hanging. We're catching up. We're watching our kids play. We're killing time. I mean, they got a good philosophy on life as far as I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to be out letting the kids play. It's, and he's like, what are they going to be doing anyway? Let's just be out, and it's a good way to be, let them burn energy and we catch up. But anyway, so we're at the park, we're doing our catch up. The kids are playing, they're having snacks. We're at this park in North Linwood, not the best part of town,
Really?
kind of a convergence zone of multiple statuses on the socioeconomic class meet
Yeah.
at this particular park.
Is it the park on like the main road through Linwood? There's like one main.
No, this would
Okay.
be over like Meadowdale area, so
All right.
kind of like where Edmonds meets Linwood meets Mukilteo, kind of.
Man, you're making it sound nicer and nicer with
Well,
every city.
those are Edmonds
you
and
include.
Mukilteo are nice. Linwood's not bad. Anyway, we're there. It's nothing about the park. It's just a wide range of community members enjoying this space,
Mm-hmm.
And I see an older-ish lady, I mean, she's my age, a little older than me, so I shouldn't say older than me, barely,
Mm-hmm.
just living life. And she's on a scooter, like a Razor scooter, and she's kind of going free around the perimeter of the park.
Hell yeah.
On this sidewalk park. Yeah, she's doing some long strides. She's having a good time, and right when she comes up to me and my friend's dad, we'll call him Adam, when the woman's gliding by on her scooter, she hits a point in the sidewalk that's a little elevated, a little crease,
lip.
little elevated, a little lip, and she's leaning a little forward, and she does the most slow motion face forward, actually shoulder forward collision on the cement.
Yeah.
Like boom, like just hits, and I watched her slow motion fall. My instant reaction is to laugh. Of course, I have to make sure she's okay. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she just needs a moment of silence.
Yep.
She kind of gives me a pause symbol with her hand.
Did she hit full? Did she land full body like on the
dude,
ground?
no guarding, just like slam. She was just like pour, just bam, just poor landing, poor everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, yeah. So anyway, that's the end of the story. She recovered. I laughed my ass off as discreetly as I could.
Now, did
And she
Adam
was
laugh
like,
too?
Oh yeah, he knew what the fuck was up. Yeah, he's an engineer, so he was analyzing if it was the lip or like her body positioning being too forward facing. But yeah, no, we both
combo.
acknowledge. Oh my fuck. So good. So that was one, just a big lady biffed it on a scooter. That's my note right here. It was pretty
Nice,
funny.
man.
Yeah.
Nice. By the way, when you're at parks, like it's so weird when why do parents have to talk with like this massive inflection when they're talking to kids? They're like, do you want to go on the swing? do you want to eat a sandwich? Like, why the fuck do you
Yeah.
have to go up? And then all of a sudden I catch myself talking to a kid like, are you ready to go home? And I'm
See-
like, what the why does everyone do that? It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
annoying.
Well, I will take. I'll give me and my wife some personal credit because we talk to our kids and other kids like they're adults, and I'm like,
Nice.
"What's up? What's up, Johnny? You want to hit that playground?"
You're turning Johnny Gangster at a young age.
I don't need to be. I'm more like, "How's it going, Johnny?" Anyway, yeah, no, definitely there is that like the condescending speak. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
But then I catch myself doing it. I see other people doing it. I'm like, God, that's annoying. And then
You
I
gotta
do the
go.
same thing.
Poop, boop.
Yeah. Or when they I can't stand when people use names for things that like you want your baba. Like what the? Just call it a fucking bottle. Why
Yeah.
are you like? I don't even understand the pet names for things like that.
Yeah.
But every parent does it, and I catch myself doing the same thing. It's like I don't know if it's like some genetic thing that we're all predisposed to. Or
Yeah,
not.
it could be. Yeah. Well,
But-
yeah, just being annoying around kids. Yeah. Oh yeah. So basically, it's really sad when I read stories to my kid now because he's 7, almost 8. He's got a reading level of like a 5th grader. I have a reading level of like a 4th grader, and so when I read stories to him, and I get hella distracted or have ADHD, and I just like graze over words or don't like. He's like, "Oh no, that actually said this, Dad." So it's
He's
just
correcting you.
embarrassing. Yeah, he can read faster and more like free flowing than me.
Yeah.
Or when I'm just like, Alexa, what's blah 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 added by blah blah blah, and he's like, why are you using Alexa for simple equations, Dad? So I'm like, Do as I say, not as I do.
Yep.
Quit calling me out, you little motherfucker. You'll be lucky to be at this level. You know, so it's just embarrassing reading this fucker stories, you know, having them correct me, not understanding why I'm reading so slow, rereading the same sentences. So another random thought, man. I saw this poor Asian American woman with a chauvinistic-ish boyfriend, you know what I mean? I could see the way he was treating her, like very much like traditional-ish, you know.
Was
like,
he also Asian?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and just like kind of empowered on her. And she had, I saw them paying, and they were the power display was being exemplified through the payment process, just because the way he asked her to pay, blah blah blah. And she had a really bad rash right on the back of her knee where her thigh meets the calf, like that
Yeah.
part of the, oh my God. And she was really embarrassed about it. And it was so bumpy and rashy. And I could just watch her secretly
Itch
kicking
it.
her foot over to itch it.
Oh.
I'm like, you little.
She
itchy
couldn't have been
ass-
that embarrassed if she's wearing shorts.
Well,
Like, you wear
they
pants
had-
if you've got a
yeah.
leg
I
rash.
feel like they had just come from a workout or something. I couldn't tell, but I could feel some unconsciousness and some dirty ass rash.
I wonder
And
if it
I'm
was like a herpes breakout. No
the
joke.
back of
Like
your knee?
yeah, it goes. It can be.
I know.
Anywhere,
I know a
think.
dude who has it on his nose.
Oh,
And I'm like, rah.
man.
Hey, I
I've
ain't-
heard of eye, but never
I ain't
nose.
too proud. I'm an unfortunate carrier of the lip herp, and I've seen it on the nose. You know,
But lip herp is very different. That's not a sexual.
I
thing.
had that before I kissed anybody, dude. That's
Yeah.
just in my blood. It
Yeah.
sucks. It's just an unfortunate thing.
You don't
Anyway,
get a herpes rash on the back of your leg.
no,
you weren't born with
this
that.
probably wasn't herp. It was just.
I'm gonna call it. It was a herp.
All right, she had
Herp
some knee
rash.
herp, so
All
it
right.
sucked. Yeah. Next, just quick story. You know, like, well, this isn't a story, but just a positive update, dude. My son Alec had a rare disease, near-death experience. The smartest, little, most sensitive, loving little boy was on his deathbed with something called Kawasaki's disease.
I remember
We had his
that.
follow-up appointment a couple of days ago, and all good, dude. Good to
Nice.
go. Continuing to be good to go. We went from 6-month appointments to, or 1-year appointments to bi-yearly, every 2 year. Is that right?
Nice.
Biannual?
Yeah.
Biannual appointments. So that's good, man. So very positive. So all cheers to that.
Yeah, all cheers to that.
Fuck
man.
yeah, man.
Congrats. Like
Awesome kid.
another
finding
reason not to have kids. Like so much stress. No,
No
I'm
shit,
glad to hear
random
he's
deal.
doing
I know.
great.
It's like you have all the stuff you can control and just some shit that just hits people. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Well,
So yeah,
cheers.
that's good.
I'll drink to that.
And last but not least, you know, definitely not like a big hitter, but just kind of funny. You know, speaking of soccer, I spoke about on previous our previous podcast. My son's probably going to be an amazing person. Most definitely going to be an amazing person.
Yeah.
Not probably going to be a pro soccer player. Yet to be determined.
Really?
Last
You
game-
still holding out some
We'll
hope?
see. I don't want to limit him. You know,
I'm
he's
gonna-
only 7, so we'll see. You
I
know,
think he's limiting himself. It's not you.
but we go there. It's just so funny. I don't have siblings, so just how rough older sisters can be. But we go to the game. All the kids are into this dance, the flossing dance. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like,
Will you do it real quick? And
yeah, I'll do it.
describe
Real quick. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see.
All right.
I'll try.
So is it always like a out of shape 40-year-old that does it?
I won't. I can't even.
Here,
try.
take the mic out of the thing and
No.
and-
I
All right.
won't even. But basically,
Wait, I'm not even gonna get. Hold on, get back. Up. It looks like you were about
All right,
to
here we
do
go.
it.
Let's
All
go
right,
ahead.
here we go.
I can't.
He's just laughing. He's not even fucking
Okay.
doing it.
I'll show you a YouTube video. Basically, it's
I'd
this
rather
new
see
dance.
you.
Okay, fuck it. Here we go.
Round 3. Okay, so it looks like he's side humping someone. It doesn't
I
make a lot
can't
of
do
sense.
it. I can't do it. But anyway, but you know, we're out there just thinking about how harsh older siblings or sisters can be, or you know, specifically this situation of a bunch of little boys there at the soccer game doing this dance. They're all uncoordinated. The flossing dance is a very kind of opposite motion,
Gotcha.
speed move. You gotta be coordinated to do it. All these little upper middle class white kids here are trying to do it.
Yeah.
They can't nail it. And the little, like, you know, the kids are all 7, the sister's probably 10, right? But way cooler at that age, right? Like so much more. And she's like, first off, they're all flossing. And she's like, why are you guys all doing the flossing dance? Why are you all flossing? And they all get shocked and they keep doing it. And she's like, y'all doing it wrong anyway. And they get embarrassed. So just kind of funny just thinking about, just like,
Man.
yeah.
Imagine if she would have seen you do it. She would have been.
Oh man, she would have been
She would've been
impressed,
on your
dude.
shit,
She would
dude.
have been like, that's so good. Like,
Yeah.
I want to floss like that old man.
I tell you what, I'm gonna watch the video after this pod. It's gonna look nothing like what you just did.
Probably not. Probably not.
I'm looking
So,
forward to that though.
Well, yeah. So basically, let's just move into embarrassing our wives segment. That classic hitter where we go from current times or from the vault when we had embarrassed our wives, And so let's start with you, man. How's it going?
Yeah, sounds good. So this one comes from this week. I don't know if you guys do this, but we're like the weird neighbors that when any of the houses go up for sale within a half-mile radius of our house, we go to the open house. Do you guys do that?
I personally do. Karen's not near as insane as me, but yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
like walk through,
size it up,
Yeah.
penis measure.
judge
Yeah.
judge what they've done, judge what they haven't done yet, or also get ideas. So I tell Sarah, I'm like, hey, it's an open house down the street. It's open from 3:00. We're leaving at 4:00 for something. Let's leave 5 minutes early. Swing on into this open house. So we show up to this house. It's got the for sale sign out there. And we walk in the door, and the door's like super squeaky. I'm like, really? You couldn't have got some WD-40, to take care of that? And we start walking in. Sarah's going into the kitchen, and I'm walking up the entry stairs. And this lady comes over, and she goes, "Hello?" And I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" She goes, "Good." Like finishing everything with a question. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, "We're here for the open house," and she goes, "There's not an open house." I was like, oh my God. So Sarah's meanwhile just walking through the kitchen.
Yeah.
Thank God it turns
Judging.
out. Yeah. I already ripped on the door with WD-40. But thank God it was an agent and not the owner.
Oh,
An
good,
agent
good.
was showing the house to other people. The other people were out back.
Oh, good.
And she heard the door squeak open. That's why she came in. But we were just walking right in this house, Then I'm like, the app shows that there's an open house. I look at the app to Sunday, not Saturday.
You just
So I
walked
just
in.
completely fucked up.
Oh,
So we
nice.
went back the next day. But yeah, poor Sarah was like balls deep in that kitchen by the time we got caught. But yeah,
Nice.
once again, embarrassed the poor wife.
Nice. I love the current ones.
Yeah.
That helps. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine is also all the way deep back in the vault. I must have been thinking about the beginning times with me and Karen, when putting together these podcast notes. And so, I'm thinking about like all the ways I'm trying to impress her, and then I find out how unimpressive they are,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about one of our first dates. This is before the bad tipping situation. This is a night date, and it is the second date. So the first night I pick her up. I drive a Mitsubishi Galant. It's lowered.
dude.
It's not hot. It's not cool.
Lowered. Tell me
It's
you
got-
didn't. Did you do the lower?
I didn't lower it. I
You bought
paid to
it.
lower it, but they're like, "Hey, this car's not meant to be lowered."
Wait, you paid someone to lower that car?
And I had some 16-inch rims on it,
Oh
not
my God.
17s.
What did that cost
before
to lower
Dubs,
it? Like $300?
hundreds, yeah, you know.
Okay.
And it's not like non-advisable, and I got a couple 12s or 15s or some rattly ass shit in the back.
Hell yeah, you do.
And I'm driving her to the date, and I got my seat swiped all the way back. I got the lean on the back of the seat all the way back. I can barely see over. I'm swerving. I'm bumping. She's so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And she just toughs it out. We do her the whole first date. Everything's good. I'm in love with her, obviously, so I can't wait to hang out with her again.
Mm-hmm.
We have another date scheduled very shortly after. I pick her up. Got that lean on, got those bumps going,
Yeah.
driving off, and she's like,
Seat tilted all the way back.
seat tilted all the way back. Probably the brim of my hat down so low I can barely see, like literally a cocktail for death. And she's like, "Can we pull over and can I drive? Like, would you be okay with that?" I'm like, sure, yeah, sure, let's do
Oh,
it, girl.
man.
Go ahead. Can we unhook the speakers in the back as well?
Oh,
It's
no,
a little
the speakers.
distracting- a little distracting. So I might not have that perfectly
it's somewhere.
detailed, but definitely like, you're a shitty driver. I enjoy your company, but you're a dumbass. You're not going to kill me.
Yeah.
And please let me drive.
Did
So,
she have a car at the time?
She had the copper Paseo, the Toyota Paseo. It didn't have heat or AC, so like my car was definitely an upgrade. Wanted to be a little gangster car, but
Man.
yeah. So
She was not in a good spot if that car was an upgrade.
she was pleased with the Galant once the seat was adjusted properly and the person driving it could see over the dashboard.
Between the brim of their hat and the dashboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you have a limo tint on that thing? You know,
Couldn't afford it. No,
No,
I had
but-
like the little storm. I like the little storm lights on the bottom. You know.
ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
nice. The fog lights.
Yeah,
Or-
fog lights. Exactly.
I picture
Pias.
it.
They're called Pias.
I picture it with like the tinted windows where the guy does it himself, and there's like a
Oh,
bunch
the
of
garbage
bubbles.
shit.
in
Yeah.
the-
Well, I already knew that I was extremely unhandy and undetailed oriented in finishing processes.
yeah.
And so yeah, no, I wasn't fucking with that. I just had this, and the transmission was totally shot. So, you know,
Nice.
not cool at all, man. I'm not sure why that happened, but
Well, good for Karen, man. Way to
Stuck it out.
Yeah,
Stuck it out.
exactly.
But anyway, dude, episode 8. This has been so much fun. So happy everyone's here listening. Please, whatever platform you're listening to this, subscribe, review. Please send this to a friend and email us any questions, comments, concerns. TEOW podcast@gmail.com. Brother John, great time, bro.
Yeah, good times, man.
Yeah. See ya.
Later.